Hello there, and thanks for tuning into this video. Today, I will talk about one of the first things that you need to do in order to begin receiving referrals from medical doctors. Have you been to a medical doctor's office lately? If you have, you're going to find that the waiting room is pretty much full all of the time. Some primary MDs are just booked solid, and they're no longer accepting new patients. Now, why is this? Well, the medical profession is based on a very established model. Usually patients go to their primary care doctor with a problem. What typically happens is once they get to the primary MD, they go through an examination and at times some testing. In the end, the MD will most likely issue some kind of medication. Right? Wouldn't you agree as to that's how the system mostly works? Now, the patient goes back home, gets the medication filled, and starts taking it. If it works, great. The doctor is happy, the patient is happy, and everything is taken care of, or so it seems. Now, by definition of works, it does not necessarily mean that the underlying root problem has been solved, but rather that the pain or the discomfort has been alleviated and the patient feels a little better. That's the measurement that they are looking at. In many cases, medication will not work. When the symptoms are not eliminated and the doctor has exhausted his or her treatment repertoire, what's the next thing that they do? At this point, they feel as though it's time to refer the patient out. In the medical model, the primary care physician is the gatekeeper to the entire medical profession. When a patient comes in and the doctor has exhausted their treatment plan, the doctor will refer that patient to a specialist. The patient will get referred to another practitioner either way. So why shouldn't you be getting that referral? Now, we can use this model to our advantage by becoming specialists. Generating referrals from MDs is not simple as placing a yellow page ad and hoping that it attracts patients. We, as acupuncturists, need to follow certain steps to allow the medical doctor to perceive us as a specialist. So, when you contact medical doctors, the goal is to present yourself as a specialist or an expert. You may see yourself as a specialist or know which issues you have the most success in treating and that you enjoy working with. But if you are seeking to expand your practice and get more referrals from medical doctors, the main thing to do is to promote yourself as a specialist. In my practice of 12 years, I have often come across patients who have gone from one practitioner's office to another without experiencing any relief from pain or their symptoms. When I saw a recurring pattern of patients having to visit 2 or 3 other doctors and healthcare providers before they came into my practice, I realized that it would be extremely helpful for me and relatively easy to focus my marketing efforts if I were to just pick a specific area or specialty. In this way, I could attract more patients by building a relationship with the local doctors by establishing myself as a specialist in certain and specific areas. Now, don't get me wrong. I strongly believe that acupuncture has the capacity to totally transform the world. But the truth is, most people seek us out initially to get relief from painful conditions. So I felt like I needed to let my presence be known within the medical community that I am a specialist working with specific health concerns. In this case, I let them know that I was a headache specialist. And wouldn't you know it, most of my patients for a good part of a year were referred to me for headaches. A quote from a not-so-old movie, "If you build it, they will come." I put the word out that I was a headache specialist and voila! Patients with headaches started showing up as referrals from local doctors. But it didn't just happen overnight. There's a process to it. So down below, you will find a PDF that has the steps for you to follow in order for you to be perceived as a specialist in the eyes of the MDs that you're seeking to get referrals from. I've also included a detailed outline and an action plan that you can use to stimulate your thoughts to begin thinking about specializing, along with a mini report on how to tap into a niche market. I think you'll find it helpful. As always, please leave your comments and questions and insights below. I love hearing from you, and stay tuned for the next series of videos. I'm going to share with you a very important topic that is vital to getting those MD referrals, something that we all need to overcome in order to switch the mindset of any doctor or professional that we would like to network with and ultimately receive referrals from. Until then, be well, leave me your feedback, and thank you.